Good morning, Florida lacrosse fans. Monday morning, another week to get working with. Morning coffee with Florida Lacrosse News. Lee Roggenberg, your host. Before we go any further, if you haven't already done so, there's that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. If you like what we do, hit that like button too. Smash it if you can, and you'll see some places to catch our content on this also. We had a heck of a busy Friday and Saturday in the lacrosse world, the high school lacrosse world. Before we get to that, a couple of things. Number one, those of you saw my tweet about the location in Naples. I was at the Ohio State-Harvard game on Saturday night, and I can tell you that this is by far going to be the best location for a Final Four you can imagine. Now, obviously, if you're coming from up north, there's a lot extra travel there. But trust me, when you are there and you see what we have waiting for us for championship weekend, you're going to be as thrilled as I was to see it. It's a brand new facility, 3,000, 3,500 people. There are berms across the way that you can sit on if you don't want to be in the stands, concessions, very large press box, and the turf is absolutely immaculate. I believe it's that newer surface where you don't have to use the little black beads. Very little slippage on the field between the two college teams. It was a 15-10 win for the Buckeyes. I can tell you that the crowd was into the game the whole way. Very enjoyable experience, and we're going to love being there. Happy birthday to Terry Crowley, St. Thomas Aquinas boys coach. Terry is that rare February 29th birthday, so technically he's 15 years old tomorrow, today, however you want to sort of think through it. That's great for Terry as far as looking pretty good for his age, but collecting Social Security and Medicare do get a little more difficult if you're claiming February 29th. Happy birthday to you. We're going to hold off on the college scores until tomorrow because we have so much of the high school to go through. And it's just no point in loading up the show too much. Friday night, we had some real beauties. A lot of traditional rivalries down my way. Benjamin knocking off Jupiter. I frankly didn't see that coming. Benjamin had struggled a little bit earlier in the season. Jupiter looked like it was, although it was a little down from last year, still looked pretty strong. But Benjamin handled them 14-8. As I mentioned before, they do play home and home, so we'll see a rematch later in the year. Congrats to Coach Cordry on that. Westminster Christian, very interesting score, 9-8 over Columbus. Steven Hernandez, the Columbus head coach, taking over this year, had been the Westminster Christian coach the year before. So just an interesting storyline that his old team did manage to pull off the 9-8 win in their first meeting. Cardinal Mooney, 18-10 over Berkeley Prep. Congrats to Coach Wagner, Derek Wagner of Cardinal Mooney, on his 100th career win. He's certainly rocking his beard pretty good still. Derek, congrats to that, and Cardinal Mooney on the win. The game that I attended on Friday night, St. Andrews and Plant. Those of you who saw the write-up that we did, it's quite full. Don't have to get too much into it, but just a terrific performance by the Scots. Plant, when you look at the game film, you'll see that it was a heck of a performance by them too. They just didn't take advantage of their chances. And it's really, as I mentioned in the article, it's a shame that maybe we can petition Gainesville to allow sort of a charity event after the year. I believe New Jersey does a Day of Champions where their various classes get together and play each other, the champions. And it would be kind of neat if the 1A and 2A champs on both the boys and girls side had some sort of exhibition style game. Doesn't necessarily have to be a full out tilt, just as a fundraiser. It actually kind of gave me an idea for an event, which I'm going to kind of keep to myself a little bit right now until I flesh out the details and see if there's any interest in it. But a great win for St. Andrews. Right now, they are the best team in the state, either class, until proven otherwise. And congratulations to Plant too. I think with their win on Saturday, this was a very important weekend for their program. Also, had a good time talking to the Plant people in the stands. I always try to spend more time when I'm with a group of parents and a team that I've never seen in person before, and I thoroughly enjoyed the evening. And other scores on Friday night: South Fork 8-7 over Sebastian River, Navarre 11-8 Booker T. Washington, Matanzas 4-3 over Father Lopez, Spanish River 13-6 over Calvary Christian Fort Lauderdale, Creekside 15-6 over Mill Creek, Georgia, American Heritage Plantation 8-7 over Cardinal Gibbons, Jensen Beach 9-6 over Vero, Melbourne 11-9 over Tohapa Caliga, East Lake 5-4 over Lakeland, West Broward 9-8 over Boca Raton, Osceola 12-6 over Sarasota, Fletcher 13-5 over Sandalwood, Childs I wrote Childs down both times. Sorry about that, guys. I think maybe that was Lincoln that they played on Friday night. Wellington 10-3 over Dwyer, St. Joseph 9-2 over Newbury, Oviedo 11-9 over Timber Creek, Lake Mary with a very big win over Jesuit. I should have starred that one too. Windermere with an important 11-7 win over Vieira. Lake Mary staying undefeated, and Windermere rebounding after their recent loss. Easy winners on Friday night: Edgewater, Lake Highland, Fort Myers, John Carroll, West Boca, Winter Park, Foundation, St. Thomas, Santa Fe, Calvary Christian Clearwater, Bartow, Niceville, Pope of Georgia over Nice, Providence, and Oak Hall. On the girls' side on Friday, we had Palmetto 7-2 over Coral Reef, Miami Country Day 14-7 over Fort Lauderdale, Sarasota 10-7 over Osceola, Gulf Breeze 8-7 over Columbus, Georgia. Nice win there. Bulls 6-4 over Nice, Dr. Phillips 7-5 over Wakiva, Stoneman 12-10 over Wellington. Durant and Freedom showed an 8-8 tie on Max Prep, so if someone wants to let me notify that, I'll update it tomorrow. Plant 18-11 over Gulf Coast, Wiregrass Ranch 11-10 over Mitchell, River Ridge 14-11 over Wesley Chapel, Cypress Lake 9-7 over Fort Myers, Winter Haven 6-4 over Lake Gibson. Easy winners on Friday night on the girls' side: Cypress Creek, Boca Raton, Fletcher, Melbourne, St. Joseph Academy, Menendez, Pensacola Catholic, St. Thomas, St. Augustine, Bartram Trail, Santa Fe, Oak Hall, St. Stephen's, Lake Brantley, Sickles, Oviedo, and Lake Wales. Now, on the boys' side on Saturday, a couple of interesting results. The big one, obviously, is Plant's 9-8 win over Ponte Vedra. The Plant kids probably got home around 2 a.m. on Saturday morning from Boca Raton. So, that's just a tremendous way to rebound, avenging their, I believe, 9-8 loss last year up at Ponte Vedra. And so this is sort of Plant's way of saying that, yep, we're real, we're here too. And Ponte Vedra also, obviously, we know that they're going to be pretty solid down the line too. But right now, 2A in this state is wide open, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see how the season continues to play out. Another game, St. Edwards, 14-7 over Creekside. Creekside was playing the third game in 3 days, I believe. So, a little bit beat up, but it's still a very good win for St. Edwards. Mitchell, 17-14 over Riverview. Riverview is a little down this year, but still That's the type of game that Mitchell needs to win as they're climbing the ladder up towards that top 10. We also had Forest 7-6 over Fleming Island. Local contest, good win for them. University School 13-7 over Archbishop McCarthy. South Walton 9-3 over Milton. Maclay 14-11 over Pensacola Catholic. Seminole 10-3 over Freedom. Leon 15-7 over Santa Fe. Ransom Everglades 12-4 over Key West. Easy winners on Saturday. Pope coming back with an easy win over Bartram Trail. Newsom, that's Pope of Georgia, by the way, not St. John Paul. Newsom, Buchholz, Flagler Palm Coast, which I'm going to have to start to take a look at because they've been putting up some pretty good scores. Oxbridge, Gulf Breeze, and Lakewood Ranch. On the girls' side on Saturday, an exciting one that would have been great to see. Episcopal Jacksonville 20-19 over Walton of Georgia. Key West 17-10 over Ransom. Pensacola Catholic 13-7 over Columbus of Georgia. Ponte Vedra 8-5 over Bishop Moore. And easy wins for Oxbridge, Lake Highland, Lake Mary, and St. Thomas. You'll note we have new polls up for girls 1A and 2A. Last night, we'll have the boys poll up before the end of the day today. It's getting a little bit tougher. Have to keep going and finding and digging and looking at comparative scores, but that's good. Make it harder on me to do these top 15s. It just shows the competition is getting better. And on the boys' side tonight, light schedule, some of the key games. Lake Nona hosts Holy Trinity. Lake Nona is actually off to a good start, and they're facing a pretty tough challenge. Seminole is hosting Flagler Palm Coast. Forest is hosts Oak Hall. St. Stephen's is hosting Cypress Creek. Bishop Moore hosts Montverde. That's going to be an interesting one. Bishop Moore is I've been told that Bishop Moore has a pretty good bunch of underclassmen coming up. Maybe they're still a year away. But you've been warned that Bishop Moore is on the radar for the next year or two. Montverde has certainly shown growth. Lake Howell is hosting Windermere. Another interesting game because Lake Howell is also off to a nice start. And we'll see, this is their measuring stick game. On the girls' side, Westminster Christian is hosting Coral Shores. St. Edward's hosts Melbourne. Spanish River hosts Stoneman. St. John Paul is hosting Palm Beach Central. Winter Park hosts Eastridge. And Bloomingdale is hosting Plant. Now, as we get into the week, I haven't checked the games later in the week to see where I'll be going to. Tomorrow night, we have a huge girls' game in my area. American Heritage Del Rey hosting Lake Highland for the regular season #1 ranking, it looks like. Unfortunately, girls, as much as I would love to go out to it, I've got Hobart and Cornell at the same time on ESPN+. If Hobart were 0-2, I'd say, okay, I'll go to the girls' game. But they're 2-0, and they're ranked. And I think we've got a great shot on this one. We've got Syracuse next week, and sorry, but my allegiance to the Statesman is going to have to take precedent on this one. So maybe if you hope for a heavy, out-of-the-way snowstorm late tomorrow that postpones that game, then I can get out. But I'm sorry, girls. This is one I have to sort of choose with my alma mater. And then we'll see what it is. You'll notice that I've cut back substantially on the games that I'm doing in person this year. And I think that you'll notice that the auto goals have gotten much deeper on the coverage when I do write them. It makes it feel a little bit easier for me to continue to produce all of this. Hopefully this week we'll be taping the next edition of Florida Lacrosse News on Varsity Sports Network. And we look forward to bringing that to you. On Wednesday night, I'm tentatively scheduled to try to do our second FLN primetime live. I think instead of 7 o'clock, maybe we'll start it at 8 or 8:30. So that'll allow me to have more of a scoreboard to report on and comment on. One of the things I'd like to ask the lacrosse community out there if you're at a game, tweet updates on your Twitter feed so that we can see them. A lot of times it's easier to get them from Twitter than it is to get them from Max Preps, only because some coaches don't update Max Preps until the next day, and I've missed them on the recap. But it's going to be very important also when we're live for FLN primetime that I get tweets, because that is an update during the session that most Max Preps games do not show. So please do so. And remember, hashtag #TAFTag. If you're going to a game, bring a friend, bring someone, bring an enemy, bring a business partner, whoever it is. Make sure to expose them to what we all know is the greatest game to watch out there. This is Lee Roggenberg, Florida Lacrosse News, saying so long from the Sunshine State.